Hello and welcome to my office. Box with a glass, with that. Old school. I'm also recording this with all my family at home, so I'm slightly whispering. It's like 2017 me. Very posh, soft tones. Hello, hello. Hello. Woo! Nah, come on, bring some Essex to it. Right. It's my dad coming upstairs. No, it's my sister coming downstairs. I miss filming in the loft. Hello. Fairly. So now I know that my Trich is a stim, how am I doing things differently? As I said before, I do think one of the reasons why my Trich has got better is because I've understood that I'm autistic and I deal with ADHD, and how that also connects to Trichotillomania. I've kind of understood myself better and subconsciously not as distressed by it. I think generally I've just relaxed with my Trich. It's a bit like the end of my teens when I was starting to recognise within my own self that my Trich wasn't getting better, and the experiences I was seeing from other people at that point, and have continued to in the last 15 years or so, sort of suggested that it was lifelong. I know I say Trich fighter, but inside my brain I'm not fighting it. I'm just like, oh, well, let's just carry on as we are. I think for me at the time of life I'm at, there's a few things that have contributed to why it's been easier to put it at the back of my brain, but it is. My Trich is not at the forefront. There are far bigger things for me to stress over and worry about. That's not to say that everything's okay, and yes, also because I have hair, that doesn't mean everything's okay. Right now there's hair across my desk. There's hair in the shower, there's hair in the sink. I definitely have pulling spots. This is a familiar one. I could go through my whole scalp and highlight bits. Not as perfect as it could be. Dang it. But it never will be because I'm a Tricher. I do feel I'm able to stop myself from pulling better than I used to. I think I'm more distracted than I used to be. The job I do primarily here at my desk, and that's not necessarily a good thing for my hair, but actually I've been able to distract myself more because I'm in my safe space. If I'm in office, it's much easier to sit there tearing from my perspective because I'm so stressed. I'm masking and whatnot, so I'm in a heightened environment for an extended period of time, whereas here, even if I'm stressed working, I can grab my cat, she can cuddle me, or I can have fidget toys left, right and centre. Working from home is a blessing, it's life enabling, it's fantastic for disabilities, including neurodivergence. I find this a really difficult topic. But as for fidget toys, I do still have my box. In 2017 I actually did a massive fidget toy video on my Trich channel. It went viral. I've re-uploaded it on this channel, so I'll put a link to that downstairs below, because a lot of people liked it, not just because I was talking about fidget stuff, but I was slightly whispering. It was a AI? It was ASMR gold. So yeah, link down below. I think in the last couple of years something else has started to happen, so I'm getting older and my hair is changing. Since my last video I've actually found a white hair, but I can come back to that. That was massive. Oh my gosh, and I found more since. It's beautiful. That's white. Okay. They're sprouting everywhere, and not just there either. One of the things that I have noticed the last few years is curly hair. In 2023 I didn't notice it so much, but it must have started then. But in 2023 I had to cut my hair back to a bob haircut. I didn't want to, but it had to be done. And as it started to grow out, I could see it was waving, it was curling under, but I thought, okay, it's a bob haircut. It's probably drying weirdly because it's winter, it's getting smushed against my scarves. But as it got longer, it carried on, and this time last year, I was seeing a proper kink. And it just seems to be getting worse. Or not necessarily worse, but stronger. But it's not the whole of my head, it's round the back. It's a section sort of at the bottom. It's not at the front. The front is still as straight as it ever has been. It's somewhat exciting though, because whilst I do prefer straight hair, there was a point in my teens, year 7, year 8 or so, where I was desperate to have a perm. I wanted ringlets, I wanted curly hair. For my prom in 2009, I had planned to have ringlets. Sadly, in the weeks running up to my prom, we were also doing our GCSEs and I lost all my hair, so I wasn't able to have ringlets. I looked like this. Embarrassed by that. I looked awful. It got worse as the night went on. Oh, I looked like a triangle. Anyway, I'm going off topic. It's just wonderful to experience one of my childhood dreams, just 20 years late. And also, this seems to be a permanent change within my life. I have no idea what's happening, and we'll see where this goes. Every now and again, the last few years, I've also had problems where my hair is sort of thinning. At the end of 2022, it was coming out in clumps, which was quite distressing. I also had some other problems around that time and ended up being diagnosed with a polycystic ovary. I've never spoken about this. This was me the day that I had the procedure. the internal ultrasound thing. They shove something inside you. Fantastic. The summary is, I thought I was diagnosed with PCOS. Once I was told you have a polycystic ovary, I feel like I was dropped out of the sky by the NHS. No one's picked it up, or there's nothing they can do. It's sort of like, ah, you've got this, Miss Brown, goodbye. You have to do your own research. You have to look after your own self. And also, because I'm a person who doesn't want to have kids, it's almost as though I'm seen as not valid. My problems with my polycystic ovary or PCOS, whatever it is, don't matter, but they do. Going on a tangent there, the point is, hair loss is a side effect of PCOS. So that's been really hard. I think across my lifetime I've lost my hair at times. It's nothing new to experience, like losing your hair as opposed to tearing it out as a tricher. Regardless, it can still be a shock and upsetting, especially when I've got more hair to lose. Every now and again I feel like I'm seeing bits disappear that shouldn't. There's a section over here that tends to have a party every now and again, and then recently along my parting it's like the hair is vanishing, it's thinning. From my perspective, it could be A, being a tricher, tearing my hair out, but some of these patches and thinning areas are not where I'm pulling from, so, but it could be Trich. It could be B, hair loss related to PCOS and polycystic ovarianness. It could be C, all the adventures I'm doing in the water, so the kayaking, the water aerobics, the lane swimming. Or it could be D, it could be because I'm not used to having so much hair, I'm not caring for it as well as I could be, but also I play with my hair too much. It's constant, I'm constantly pulling it, and I do this. The Becky flick, I pull it over, so maybe, The other thing actually the last year I've been doing is claw clips. I'm gonna do something, hold on. Oh, the door's gonna move now, continuity. There were 2 clips I had when I was a kid. This is one of them, the other one is in a jewellery box somewhere, but I used to, this is 20 years ago now, do this. When I was going bald, etc., I kept loads of my hair accessories and said one day I'll be able to use them again. Well, here we are. Yes. But this year I've bought some more. I've got a whole box. About a year, maybe 2 years ago now, I started to realise just how much my hair was overstimulating me. No wonder I lost it all when I was younger. But I was and still am constantly tying it up. And so this year I've been trying to not tie it up, but use these instead. Heart. I'm hoping this is better. This just makes me think of the 90s, not so much the noughties, but Sabrina the Teenage Witch. That's another thing I keep doing, taking it up and down, up and down, up and down with these when I'm working. Can't really do that in a workplace. The last thing on my brain is goals. Do I have any goals? In theory, compared to 2022, it is healthier, so hurrah. But it could be better. I'd also like to get it so that it covers my chest. Specifically, I want to get that. That's what I want. It's my dad. That's what I'm dreaming of. I need to get there, then I can move on. So all in all, the last couple of years have been a bit weird on the hair front. This wasn't scripted at all. About 2 years ago I made a similar sort of video, so if it is a bit like that, I apologise, but hey, that's just life. And I guess that's all I have to say today, all the things in my brain on the topic of Trich. Thanks for watching and I'll see you soon.